PK and Dorit Kemsley, the stylish Real Housewives of Beverly Hills couple, have always been known for their glitz, their bold personalities, and their ability to turn heads wherever they go. From Dorit's jaw-dropping designer wardrobe to PK's sharp wit and connections in the entertainment world, they've long been considered one of Bravo's most unforgettable duos. But a shocking live TV moment may have just exposed cracks in their picture-perfect facade, and fans are still reeling from what they saw. Before we dive into the details, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss the hottest updates from the world of rhobh. Trust us, you don't want to miss this one. For years, PK and Dorit have played the part of Beverly Hills royalty. PK, the businessman and talent manager with decades of industry experience, and Dorit, the glamorous fashion designer and reality star, have appeared inseparable. Despite weathering financial controversies, lawsuits, and even PK's health scares, together, they've managed to put on a united front. But this week, that carefully crafted image took a dramatic hit. It all began during a live TV appearance that Dorit agreed to, promoting her latest fashion collaboration and speaking about her journey on the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. What should have been a straightforward conversation about style and business quickly veered into dangerous territory when the host asked about how she and PK balance their marriage with the pressures of fame. At first, Dorit laughed it off, brushing a lock of blonde hair behind her ear. But then came the line that stopped viewers in their tracks. Let's just say, Dorit quipped, being married to someone who prefers late-night poker games over family dinners isn't always easy. The audience chuckled, but those watching closely could see Dorit wasn't joking. Her smile didn't reach her eyes, and the sharpness in her tone hinted at something deeper. Then came the real bombshell. Sometimes, Dorit continued, it feels like I'm carrying the weight of this marriage alone, while PK is still figuring out what he wants. Gasps filled the studio. Cameras immediately panned to PK, who had been sitting in the front row to support his wife. His reaction? A tight-lipped smile, a quick glance at the floor, and an unmistakable shift in his seat. The kind of body language that screamed discomfort. Social media lit up within minutes. Screenshots of PK's face next to Dorit's biting words went viral. Memes, GIFs, and endless speculation flooded Twitter and Instagram. Dorit just roasted PK on live TV. This is wilder than any rhobh reunion fight, one fan tweeted. Another chimed in, if Dorit's saying this out loud, imagine what's happening behind closed doors. But insiders say this shocking moment may not have come out of nowhere. According to sources close to the couple, Dorit and PK have been facing serious marital challenges for years. Financial troubles, lifestyle clashes, and Dorit's growing independence have all reportedly put a strain on their union. One major point of tension: their drastically different lifestyles. Dorit has been advocating for a calmer, more family-focused life, especially after dealing with PTSD from a terrifying home invasion in 2021. She's become increasingly protective of their children and focused on creating a sense of stability. PK, on the other hand, has struggled to give up his love of nightlife, poker tables, and the glamorous social circuit. It's a tale of two worlds, one insider explained. Dorit wants peace and balance. PK thrives on chaos and risk. That's a hard gap to bridge. And this isn't the first time the Kemsleys have made headlines for marital struggles. Rumors of separation have swirled before, only to be brushed aside by Dorit with carefully worded denials. But now, with Dorit airing grievances in such a public way, fans can't help but wonder if this is the final straw. Adding fuel to the fire, Dorit's comment about carrying the weight alone was interpreted by many as a direct reference to PK's history of financial issues. From high-profile lawsuits to mounting debts, PK's money problems have often been a topic of conversation both on and off the show. Dorit, meanwhile, has positioned herself as a savvy businesswoman, landing fashion deals and building her personal brand. She's tired, a friend of the couple revealed. She's tired of being the one who has to project strength when everything behind the scenes feels shaky. That live TV moment was years of frustration spilling out. Now, all eyes are on the Kemsleys. Will they address the rumors head-on, perhaps with a joint statement or a carefully orchestrated interview? Or will they retreat from the spotlight to try to mend their marriage privately? Some reports suggest PK is already planning a grand gesture to win back Dorit's trust. Rumors of a luxury trip to Europe, complete with a vow renewal, have been circulating. Others believe the couple might be quietly preparing to announce a separation, with the live TV moment serving as a prelude to an inevitable split. Whatever the outcome, one thing is clear. Dorit and PK are no longer the untouchable, glitzy couple Bravo fans thought they were. This moment has humanized them, showing the raw struggles behind the designer clothes and Beverly Hills mansions. But it has also left their future uncertain. Do you think Dorit's comments were a slip of the tongue or a deliberate public cry for change? And does PK have what it takes to repair the damage and fight for their marriage? In the days following Dorit's live TV remarks, the fallout has only intensified. What began as a single eyebrow-raising moment has now spiraled into a full-blown media storm, with fans, insiders, and even Dorit's fellow housewives weighing in. Clips of the interview have racked up millions of views online, with headlines like "Dorit Kemsley calls out PK on national television," and "Is rhobh's most glamorous couple crumbling?" dominating tabloids. For Dorit, who is no stranger to public scrutiny, this wave of attention feels different, because this time it's not about a storyline or a wardrobe choice. It's about the state of her marriage. Behind closed doors, sources say the tension between Dorit and PK has reached a boiling point. PK, known for his quick wit and thick skin, was reportedly humiliated by the moment, especially given how instantly it went viral. PK has always prided himself on being the guy who can laugh off criticism, one insider shared. But this hit different. It wasn't a fan, it wasn't a housewife, it was his own wife saying those words on live TV. For Dorit, the comments were less about humiliation and more about honesty. Those closest to her insist she didn't plan to expose their issues in such a raw way, but the stress of carrying so much in silence simply boiled over. She's been holding it in for years, a friend confided. The home invasion, the pressure of being on rhobh, the whispers about PK's finances, it all took a toll. That interview was the moment the mask slipped. Within the Real Housewives world, reactions have been mixed. Lisa Vanderpump, once a close friend of the Kemsleys before their infamous fallout, couldn't resist a subtle jab on social media, posting a cryptic message about truth always finding the light. Meanwhile, Erika Jayne weighed in during a podcast appearance, saying, "Dorit has always been polished, but when she lets her guard down, that's when you see the real cracks. I just hope they can work through it." Even Varcelle Bovath, who has had her fair share of disagreements with Dorit on the show, chimed in with sympathy. "Marriage isn't easy. It's harder when the cameras are rolling. I think she just had a human moment." But it wasn't just Bravo stars offering opinions. Fans across the globe dissected every angle of the clip, with some praising Dorit for her honesty, while others criticized her for airing private matters in such a public forum. "Good for Dorit. She deserves to be heard," one fan commented. Another fired back. "If she's unhappy, why humiliate him on TV? That's crossing a line." Meanwhile, Dorit's words have reportedly struck a nerve with PK's inner circle. Friends of the businessman say he's been unusually withdrawn, avoiding public outings and canceling several business meetings. Some speculate he's grappling with the very issues Dorit hinted at: the balance between family, lifestyle, and responsibility. And then there are the children. Jagger and Phoenix, the couple's young kids, maybe too little to fully understand what's happening. But insiders say Dorit and PK are doing their best to shield them from the growing scrutiny. Dorit is fiercely protective of the kids, the source explained. Whatever happens between her and PK, she's determined to make sure their children feel loved and safe. Still, the pressure on the marriage is undeniable. The Kemsleys' financial past continues to shadow them, with old lawsuits and unpaid debts resurfacing in headlines just as this new drama unfolds. For Dorit, who has fought hard to rebrand herself as more than just a housewife in designer labels, the weight is becoming unbearable. Insiders say conversations about separation have quietly begun, though nothing has been decided. PK, for his part, is said to be desperate to smooth things over, suggesting everything from lavish vacations to couples therapy. He knows this could be the breaking point, one friend revealed. He loves Dorit, but he also knows he hasn't been the husband she needs in recent years. He's terrified this is the beginning of the end.